Alright, welcome to my dream journal. I tried recording this before, but I recorded all of it in one take, and it was awful. Like, I did such a bad job, so I'm gonna record this, like, one by one. So, before I start, I want to mention two that were on the top, but I deleted. They were both dreams about bloodlust, and I was just like, dude, that's fucking embarrassing. Like, they were basically just ego checks at that point. Anyways, moving on, because I genuinely don't want to talk about those embarrassments. This next dream was one from my early childhood, so definitely going back in the past a lot here. This is definitely the first dream I can ever remember. So I was a toddler, and being a toddler, I would sleep in my mom and dad's room a lot. And in their bedroom, they had this light fixture. It was a very thin oval with two light bulbs on each side, and a screw in the middle to unscrew the fixture for troubleshooting and whatnot. For some reason, I was really scared. I was really scared of this light fixture, just like in that childhood creeped out way, because to me it looked like a really large mutant insect. And so I had a dream where I was in this completely white room with me sitting with all my family. And I looked up, and the only thing that wasn't completely white was the light fixture in question, and it started like slowly floating down and then grew wings and then it started flying at the speed of freaking sound. And I woke up, and that dream traumatized me. I mean, like, not really, like, minorly traumatized me. Till I was about, I want to say, like 13, I stopped thinking about it. Here's another one from my early childhood. I can't remember any specifics in this dream, but also in my mom and dad's room, they used to have these little, like, rattling drums that had, like, art of a pizza, like a pepperoni pizza and a cheese pizza, just some artistry. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, for some reason I was scared that these like rattle drums would start playing themselves. So I just have I have something in the back of my mind where I must have dreamt about these multiple times. Now we're jumping back up much closer to the present again. Um this dream is about good 2 years ago now. So I had a dream where I was with my sister and her ex-boyfriend, and her boyfriend in question was driving a school bus down the neighborhood. And for some reason, he was driving this school bus like 60 miles an hour. And every time he would go through like a really sharp turn, me and my sister would just get thrown into each other at the back. Like, we were like trying so hard to not get thrown into each other. And yeah, that was pretty scary. There were multiple times where the bus nearly tipped all the way over, but it never actually did. Here's an extremely vivid dream I had. This is a very short one. Now, this dream happened when I was trying to quit smoking weed, one of the very many times I've tried. The dream started, and I walk out. I could feel myself walking out of my room and opening the fridge. And the first thing I see in the fridge is a Red Bull. My mom had got me a Red Bull, and it was quite a while after I had quit energy drinks. So all I said, and again, I could completely feel this, I just said, why? And then I woke up. Pretty convinced that dream played in real time. But later, I'll get to a dream that definitely played in real time. Yet another one from me trying to quit smoking weed. The double dream creepypasta thing. So one evening, I was having some quick naps, and so firstly, I had a dream that started off as a literal cartoon. It was a redrawing of the hill level from Sonic.exe. Just the regular old Tails runs through dead animals and flowers and then sees Sonic. The scene where Tails sneaks up on Sonic, the dream suddenly cut to another dream where I was running down some really dark stairway, and at the bottom of the stairway, I find this hallway, and instead of it being dark, it was actually extremely bright, bright red, almost as if like somebody had like put glow in Geometry Dash and didn't set blending. That's what it looked like. So in this dream, I was being chased by some demonic figure, and I went into the bathroom. I saw a bathroom, and I go into a stall. For some ungodly freaking reason, I did not close the stall. Not like that would have helped, but I was like sitting on top of like the toilet. You know how like the toilet has that bowl on the top that holds the water? I was standing on top of that, like crouching, and I swear I actually saw a demonic figure come and actually get me before I woke up. The Alter Planet Dream number 1. So, get this. Everything was sunlit, quite brightly even. But for some reason, the atmosphere was completely black. There were no visible stars or clouds at all, and the gravity on this planet was a lot weaker. Now, I was staring up at this tower. This tower was an easy 10 to 15 stories high, and I was just like, I just had this feeling. I could jump to the top of that, and then I just did, like it was nothing. After I jumped up, I enjoyed the view for a minute, but then the view was very eerie. I looked at the view, and, you know, it being nice and all, I noticed that I was in this one really small town, and there was a huge expanse of nothing. Literally just this one small town and nothing else on the entire planet. And then afterwards, I jumped back down, but I was scared of the landing, and so I landed. I felt the landing, and then I woke up. That's strange. The Alter Planet Dream number 2. I vaguely remember that in my mind, the setting was actually France for whatever reason, but it's called the Alter Planet Dream for a reason. So, I was with my mom, and we were in this church, what looked like a church. And I walk outside, and I was about to walk to this high school that was across the street from this church. And I looked at some other buildings in the distance, like I'm looking to my sides. And you ever see those fake, like, creepypasta-esque videos where they show, like, these giant skinwalker/spider things climbing buildings? That's what I saw. And I saw a couple of these ginormous spider skinwalker guys until I ran back into the church, and then this was like, yeah, freaked out. That was all. Okay, this one is titled The Loser Kid Bully Dream. What? So in high school, I knew some guy who was definitely very red flagged. At first, on the script, I wrote not a good person. Okay, that's definitely pushing it, but red flagged. But not necessarily a bully either. For some reason, I had to walk home from school, and the walk was unimaginably long, especially considering my stamina in real life. And this was before I had surgery. Even if after I had surgery, it would still be way further than my stamina would ever even dream of. Now, for some reason, I found myself in a swamp. The dream had implied to me that I walked like several miles. Well over 10 miles. Yet, it kind of just faded into the swamp, from my perspective. And this guy that I knew from school was apparently following me the whole time. And he had like, it was almost like a 90s high school movie where he has like two friends with him. They watched me like trip into the mud or something, like fall into this ditch with mud. And they start laughing at me and then running away. Again, as if it's a fucking corny ass movie. And I was furious, like I was mad furious, but I woke up before I did anything. I did not write this one down, but I'm going to talk about this here, now that I remember it. So, Scott the Woz is my go-to, like, sleep content. I always watch those really long Scott the Woz compilations in the background. Now, this was a couple years ago before I knew to get an extension that prevents YouTube autopause. Or like anything autopause, like Netflix and shit like that. So it autopaused when I was sleeping. And this might have actually been sleep paralysis, but I had this dream, or again, maybe sleep paralysis, where I woke up in my bed, saw like what I was watching to bed, and then the power went out because my brain stopped hearing noise. And yeah, and the power going out is my phobia. I have a huge phobia of the power going out. So whenever I'm thinking about it and my brain like suddenly stops hearing noise in my sleep, then I will have some imagination of like just my vision going just black. And again, the reason I'm convinced that might have been sleep paralysis is because once again, I was trying to quit smoking weed, I believe. And also, I saw like exactly the correct thing on my screen, I swear. And I saw my bedroom with no errors. You know how like when you're in a place in an actual dream, there's always errors? There were no errors. So now that I think about it, yeah, it might have been sleep paralysis. Back to the script. Alright, so this next dream, I had just dozed off and I was just barely asleep at this point. And suddenly, I'm awakened in my bedroom chair in front of my computer. And I'm using this squishy scratch cube. And for some reason, I want to poke a hole in it to feel the inside of it. And as I poked a hole, I spread it open, and then liquid comes gushing out. Like, holy crap, like a gushing out freaking tsunami of liquid. And then, obviously, my power shuts off. So this next dream is from the vacation I had in North Carolina over the summer last year. Now, this vacation, I was deliberately taking myself away from weed. I was like, no, leaving that shit behind. And when I started getting my dreams back, my first dream was my mom was driving a Jeep into quicksand, and then I was trying to pull her out, and I failed. Maybe because it's a fucking Jeep in quicksand. Like, what? And then I woke up after the Jeep fully sunk. Somehow I forgot to write this dream down, but in the same period of time that I had the dream about my mom, I had another dream about my dad this time. I don't know what my dad was trying to do, but he was connecting some extension cord, and he was in the lake. And he accidentally dropped the live cord in the lake, and then he just drops dead. And then I woke up. So yeah, horrifying dreams about both of my parents on basically the same day. In this dream, I was trying to show some friends some running dashes of increasing difficulty. That's what I wrote here in the script. It's not the running dashes that we're thinking of. No, this has nothing to do with Geometry Dash. Literal running dashes. Like I was like a 50-meter dash or like a long jump. Like most primarily, I was doing long jumps. For some reason, I was rock hard the whole time, and I just could not, like, unnotice this. Am I really putting this in the video? Nah, sure, who cares? And this next dream, also from my vacation, these last four on the script are from the vacation. So I was playing Geometry Dash, and I saw this like new main level, and it was a weird mix between Time Machine and Clutterfunk, and I was like, dang, this level's actually really interesting. I'm digging this, and then I beat the level, and then the power shuts off, obviously. I don't remember what the song sounded like at all. And now here's the last one on my script. Well, except for the one I wrote like yesterday or 2 days ago. Anyway, I was stalking some guy's account on Instagram, and then they DM me saying, "You are watching me." I woke up before I could even read the DM. Or mark the DM as read, specifically. Alright, and the last dream I put on this script. This happened just 2 nights ago. This was the first, like, really vivid dream I got back after my current trying to quit smoking weed. So, once again, I had just barely dozed off. And this is the dream that definitely played in real time that I mentioned earlier. Oh, yeah, this dream played in real time, bro. For sure. So, my brain was just off. Like, the Scott the Woz video had ended, and I woke up. No, I didn't wake up to any, like, power shutting off thing, thankfully. But I was about to change the video, and I just couldn't. I literally could not even change the video because my brain was that off. And I was just kind of dozing off. And as soon, the moment my brain falls asleep, I'm in my computer chair, staring at my computer, just like the Stress Cube dream. It's like literally the same situation, except this time, I'm just talking to myself about something. At least I thought to myself. I then hear something weird to the side of me. I look over, I see none other than Kevin Hart taking notes like he's my therapist. Like, what? What the fuck? Why is Kevin Hart my therapist? And then, as soon as I saw I literally did not even realize it was a dream until this part happened. I looked at Kevin Hart, but I didn't realize it was Kevin Hart because this was a dream. Anything happens. And so I jumped up from my chair and I yelled, "Who the fuck are you?" But as I was yelling, I like lunged forward as I was yelling, "Who the fuck are you?" But it goes like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then the "you" just really slowly fades out. And I'm about to like flop on my floor. I'm about to like jump and then hit my floor. And right as I'm about to hit the floor, I wake up and I was just thinking to myself in my head, like, why the fuck did I just dream about Kevin Hart? That literally makes no sense to me. Usually when I have dreams, I can actually point a meaning to it pretty well. What the fuck was that all about? What, I need a therapist? Is that it? That's the only part that makes sense. But, yeah. Yeah. But my brain was so off still that I couldn't even speak this out loud, even though I really wanted to. Just my brain just wanted to say this out loud, but it was too turned off. It was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, that's the whole dream script. I guess I can mention a couple more if I remember. Here I've got a couple more dreams that I had last night. Here's the Here is the double terrorist dream. Yeah. So last night, I was so mad when I woke up at like 6 a.m. because I was like, what the fuck? I got cheated out of a good night's sleep because I just had a horrible dream after horrible dream after horrible dream after horrible dream. Here's what I remember. So first, I was at God knows where, but the dream implied to me that it was this place that was like a highly classified government official owned place. And I was walking around like, I think I was trying to catch a flight. So I don't know what was so like highly classified about this place, but these like two guys hijacked the place and they were ready to bomb it up. Like they set some bombs off and we were all trying to run away. It was me and I don't know, I want to say like 50 other people. We're all running away and luckily we did manage to run away before the explosion hit. We did see the explosion hit in the distance, but nobody died, thankfully. And then I was on a boat ride home and talking to a couple people. We were all like shaking, nervous, and we were just talking about what the hell just happened. And yeah, we were just anticipating riding home on this boat. And part two. Part two, unfortunately, we were not so lucky. So I was in a school gym with about 20 other people, I'd say. And for some reason, this one, probably teacher or somebody, they were like spraying all the insides of the pipes with a flammable material. And then they were screaming something like, fucking kill everyone! And then they throw a stick of dynamite into the pipes and it immediately explodes. Nobody has any time to run out. And so everyone was involved in this huge explosion. And it's like this whole school just blew up. I remember being knocked on my back as I saw a bright white flash. As the white flash was getting brighter, I could see myself laying, or I could feel myself laying in my bed. And then I woke up. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why? As I woke up from these dreams, I literally could only say to myself, what the hell did I do to deserve that? I was actually mad. Alright, this video is getting kind of longer than I expected, but I do have one more before the video ends. So, me, Joe, and Betadict were all in person together, and we were in a classroom, what it looked like. But for some reason, we had all of our, like, desktop setups in this one desk together. I can imagine we were all playing Geometry Dash together for whatever reason. But, yeah, that's all I remember in the dream. It's just the three of us sitting at a table together with our desktop setups like it's some sort of LAN party. Yeah, nuts. Anyway, that's all there is. Obviously I could remember more if I spent some time, but I don't want to make this video any longer, so bye-bye everyone.